Western nations behind mass abduction of children to destabilize Nigeria. Ex-Minister Femi Fani-Kayode na he talk am o. He don review. He don tell Nigerians wetin he know about the abduction of school children in Nigeria and why these people, the Western nations, they do am o. And now e be like say this matter now e fit hook am o, because the Western nation they don tell am say e go explain how e take know and how e take understand say na then they do the abduction in Nigeria. Hello guys, this is going to be very interesting. Abeg, stay to the end of this video if you understand what is going on in Nigeria. One musician sing one song one time, which way Nigeria, which way to go, which way to go, because right now he sings that the country has turned upside down. We don't even know where to go, where to run to. He sings that the country is stuck, you understand, with the insecurity here and there. The worst now is the abduction of school children. So from now to 10 years time, this insecurity in Nigeria is going to be worse. There might not even be Nigeria from now to 10 years time, because they are discouraging children not to go to school. And you know what it takes. You not go to school, sure you go join them. Go carry gun now. They do what then they do. So you see what these people are doing. They are not smiling with this country. And this is scary. Let's hit the news and hear what Femi Fani-Kayode have said and what he knows about the abduction of school children and other activities, going on in Nigeria. They say, wahala no dey finish. The former aviation minister, Femi Fani-Kayode, has accused the international communities and agencies of being responsible for the continued mass abduction of pupils and children by terrorists in the country. Sahara reporters had reported how hundreds of children and women were kidnapped in Kaduna, Borno, and Sokoto within the space of 3 days by terrorists. On Thursday, terrorists abducted 287 school children in Kaduna State, and on Wednesday, at least 100 internally displaced persons were kidnapped in Borno State. The Sokoto State Police Command also confirmed the abduction of 15 Almajiri students in the Gada local government area of the state on Saturday. In response to this development, the former minister, via a press statement he issued on Saturday, stated that the abductions were intended to damage Bola Ahmed Tinubu's leadership and maybe lead to the country's dissolution. He said there are two reasons for the mass abductions and kidnappings that we are witnessing in our country today. Firstly, to garner cash, which is then sent abroad to buy more arms and fund terror, and secondly, to destabilize our country, to discredit, undermine the credibility of our president and the federal government. I hope and pray that someone is listening, because this is precisely what we witnessed when the Chibok girls and other children were adopted over the years, and the motives are the same. Those that think it is only about the acquisition of money are naive and ignorant. There is far more to it than that, and there are numerous shady and sinister characters, internationally criminal cartels, the foreign government and intelligence agencies, and local accomplices and facilitators that are involved in this great evil. Mr. Femi Fani-Kayode went on to say that Nigeria had been targeted for destruction, division, and disintegration by those who regarded the country as a threat to their regional harmony, strategic national interest, and imperialist ambitions. But most of us still don't understand it and may never do. He continued, they do not want a strong, united, prosperous, and regionally dominant Nigeria, but would rather turn us into a pathetic and pitiful shadow of our former slaves, a cowardly and quavering caricature of what we once were, and a weak, divided, and headless prone and set us up for self-destruction, economic and military annihilation. They know that a strong Nigeria, like a strong South Africa, would stand up to them in the arena of world politics and international affairs and ensure that our collective interests as Nigerians and Africans will be protected. And they do not want this, he said. Ask yourself, who funds these terrorists and bandits, and where do they get their weapon from? They did it in Mali, they did it in Burkina Faso, Chad, Niger, and Algeria, Liberia, Iraq, Afghanistan, Egypt, Childrên, and so many other countries over the years and decades, and now they are doing it here. Ask yourself, who was behind the attack on a mosque in which worshippers were killed on Friday in Kaduna, and what was the purpose of this abomination and condemnable acts of terror, if not to destabilize us and create panic and chaos in our nation? Again, how is it that just a few days after the mass abduction of women in Gamburu, Ngala, Borno State, and just one day after the kidnapping of 280 female students in Guruga, Kaduna State, yet another 15 students were adopted in Gida, Bakusu, Sokoto State just yesterday. All this nonsense must stop, and we must desist from refusing to acknowledge that we now have, and indeed have always had, a major problem which needs to be acknowledged and be resolved. None of these things happen by chance, and what we are witnessing is a deep-seated and long-term conspiracy to literally end our nation as we know it and throw us into a state of fear, poverty, anarchy, and carnage. Worst of all is the fact that our so-called best friends and allies in the West and the international community are the ones behind it. We need help, if we can get it, from the Russians and the Chinese and even the Iranians, in order to restore peace, respect, freedom, dignity, and prosperity. We should do so. Asking the West for help, either in intelligence gathering, advice, or covert military operations when it comes to the fight against the terrorists and insurgents in Nigeria, is like asking the big bad wolf to save Little Red Riding Hood. It cannot work, because ultimately they are the hidden hand behind our numerous travails. And they are the enemy. Well, this allegation is strong. This allegation is really very, very strong. Well, I think the federal government should also help us and bring out those names of those people who are sponsoring who are sponsoring bandits and Boko Haram in Nigeria, who are funding them. They should give us their names. Nigeria need their names now, so that we can understand where these are coming from. So guys, let's hear from you. Kindly share your thoughts below in the comment section. If you're just joining us for the first time, I beg, subscribe to this channel, share this video, let it go viral.